Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Legal Talk. I am overjoyed today because I have a very special guest, Miss Ingrid Perez, immigration lawyer extraordinaire, expert in all things immigration, and she has set aside some of her very valuable time to be with us here today on the show. We are so appreciative. So, Ingrid, welcome back to the show. Thanks so much for being with us again today.
Oh, so you're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, look, we have got some great questions that have come in for us to talk about a little bit on the show. Hopefully, you can shed some light on this stuff for us now. So, what is starting off? This first question, it really has me, intrigued. I'm waiting on pins and needles. I'm on the edge of my seat, so to speak, to see what you're going to say about this. So, let's say you got a small or medium enterprise, a small business owner, medium business owner. What pathways, what immigration pathways might be available, assuming that those folks want to expand their business to the United States?
Yeah, absolutely. I know immigration is very exciting, so let's talk about it. So, for a small business owner or a medium-sized business owner, the first question that I ask is, what country of nationality are you? Where were you born, right? Because if you were born in a certain country, what we call the treaty countries, like for example, Mexico, Colombia, Spain, Argentina, France, some of these countries have treaties with the United States that allow foreign nationals to come to the United States, open up an enterprise here, whether it's a subsidiary or not, as long as as long as the entrepreneur has the nationality, they can set up shop here in the United States, open a business, create American jobs, and they can come to the United States with what's called an E2 visa that gives them permission to live and work in their business in the United States. Their spouse can come, also have work authorization. Their children can come and go to school, and they're able to benefit from this visa until the age of 21. So that is the first sort of option. Another option for perhaps maybe the medium or medium to large businesses outside of the United States that are more multinational companies, you can also set up a subsidiary here in the United States of that foreign entity and transfer a manager or an executive here to the United States to run the operations in the US. At that point, we're talking about a true subsidiary, a foreign company with a subsidiary branch here in the United States, transferring a foreign national to run the operations here. So that is option number two, and that is typically done through an L1 visa.
L1 visa. Yeah, I have heard about that, but I did not know, the specifics of it. So thanks for letting me know. Now, question number one, we were talking about immigration pathways if they're looking to expand their business in the United States, and you mentioned certain countries have a little bit of extra benefits, treaty countries. But that made me think, what would be the case if a person, for example, has a dual nationality? I know a guy who was born in Mexico, but his father was a British subject, and so he has a British passport and a Mexican passport, and now just recently added a U.S. passport to that. So he doesn't need any special visa to come to the United States. He's got the big blue passport, come anytime he wants, right? He's coming to
Yeah.
his home, right? But let's say a person has more than one nationality, and one of their nationalities is with a treaty country. Can a person like that choose, to, I guess, come under the auspices of a treaty? Like if you have dual nationality, can you
Yeah.
choose which nationality is best for you in this immigration type circumstance?
Yeah, absolutely. I have clients in this specific situation. For example, I deal with a lot of Brazilian nationals that have dual nationalities, that they have an Italian passport. They were born in Brazil, but they have an Italian passport, and we're able to get them E2 visas with the Italian passport. And now the spouse and the children do not need to have an Italian passport. They are the dependents of that Italian national, and they can come to the United States even if they don't have the nationality, which is nice. It's a nice perk.
Oh, so is it all right? So thank you so much for that information. I did not know that about the spouse and the kids. So that's a good thing to file away up here. My filing cabinet's pretty full. I might start losing stuff soon out of it, but but we'll keep that information up here and know it for the future. Now you talked about what was did you say L was it L2 L1 L2 about the subsidiary? Does that have kind of a similar type of a benefit for spouses and kids?
So the L1, we're now talking about multinational executives or managers coming to the United States to run a subsidiary. There's no requirement that a person has a specific nationality. Really, here what we're looking at is whether the foreign company can open a subsidiary here in the United States, create several American jobs, and transfer that executive over here to the United States. The spouse and children can come to the United States with L2 visas. That is a dependent visa. And similar to the E2, the spouse can work, the children can go to school, and an extra perk of the L visa is that it's a dual intent visa, meaning it can lead to permanent residency, the coveted green card, whereas the E2 is non-immigrant, you have to keep renewing it. The L2, a little bit better because it does lead to a green card, which is something very coveted for a lot of people.
Oh my God. Yeah. See, that is excellent. Oh my goodness. Okay. So my last question, I guess, is what would be the visa options for employees that are transferring to the U.S. to work at a branch, let's say a branch of a foreign company?
So, in the E2 context, if the employee has the same nationality as the E2 company, so in that example before, a Brazilian national with a Italian passport opens a company here in the United States and they want to bring an essential employee, they can do that as long as the essential employee also has the same nationality as the company. In this case, would be like an Italian passport, right? In the context of an L visa, companies can transfer employees with specialized knowledge through the L1B visa, and that is something that I've actually done not that long ago. I worked on an L1B visa for a company with headquarters in Brazil and a subsidiary here in the U.S., another subsidiary in Europe, and they needed to transfer an employee that had very specialized knowledge about their systems. It was a logistics company, a freight logistics company, and she needed to come to the United States to work on their system and train the employees because she had this very specialized knowledge. So you can definitely do that.
Excellent. Oh my God. Well, this is just like drinking from a fire hose. So much good information. We really appreciate it. And folks out there, I hope that this illustrates how important it is to have somebody like Ingrid on your side if you're trying to navigate these complex waters, right? So, Ingrid, I do really appreciate you being on the show today. And please tell everybody if they have some kind of an immigration situation they want to discuss with you, how would they go about finding you?
Go on my website. All of my information is there. It's www.ib as in boy, p as in Peter, law.com. You can send me an email, give me a call, send me a WhatsApp. Uh,
Oh my God! Well, that's wonderful. That is plenty of good ways to get in touch with you. So it all starts with go into that big website, IBP. What was that? Please tell me that one more time. Is IBP? IBPlaw.com, right?
ibplaw.com.
All right. Well, that's excellent then, and thanks very much for being with us. We appreciate it, and we will go to some commercials, and we will be right back here on Legal Talk.